What's up, guys and gals, and welcome back to the Long Dark Story Mode. My name is Splat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and play a game that is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Now, my current terror, the current thing that I'm worried about at the moment, is the fact that we've got all of these climbing ropes over here, but I don't really have the weight to carry a lot of it with me. But my nightmare, my absolute nightmare right now is that we're gonna get back to like a location. We're gonna get back to Jeremiah, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, you're totally gonna need like 5 climbing ropes to make this next part work," and I'm just gonna facepalm my way into obscurity. So at the moment, I'm a little worried about the fact. I mean, our weight is really high. Our weight is not good right now. However, we're supposed to go back to Jeremiah. The last episode, we had some confusion about what the actual objective was, and by we, I mean I just kind of messed up, and I guess I just need to check my journal a little bit more often, and so that's what I'm going to do. Every time I complete an objective, I'm just going to check my journal real fast and make sure that I'm actually doing things right. Some tinder plugs in here. I will take the tinder plug. Why not? How much cloth do I have on me? I'm going to take some cloth real quick, too, because we may need to run repairs fairly shortly on our gear. It seems plausible. I did my best to go through and repair what I could repair, and everything seems to be in pretty good durability right now. We've got gauntlets, which are great. I'm really happy about the gauntlets. The gauntlets should make our lives a lot easier. But we've got a big walk in front of us. We got to walk all the way back to Jeremiah, who is over in the Mystery Valley or whatever it is. Use guns wisely. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use the gun a whole lot, in all fairness, just because it's a bit of a waste. Is there a climbing spot over here? Is that why they gave me the climbing rope? Well, there is a little shed back here. We might as well check that and see if there's anything inside of it that's going to be useful to us. It seems to me there might be like a can sitting back here, or like, oh, I thought that was an arrow for a second. I was like, oh, a busted arrow. I didn't really expect to see a busted arrow back here. But yeah, let's get trucking. This is going to be a hell of a walking episode. I'm actually bracing myself for it already. I think one of the big things I've talked to people about with the game, and one of the big complaints I've heard about people from story mode, is that just the amount of walking. There is a lot of walking where you can walk for upwards of like 35 minutes just to get to an objective, and people seem to be really on the fence about that feature. I do think that in Wintermute, one of my complaints about it is that they needed more intermediary objectives. They needed a lot more things. So if you're going to make the player walk 35 minutes in one direction and then 35 minutes back, it's usually a really good idea. Let me get the flare gun out. I'm actually going to sacrifice flares first before anything else to get rid of dogs. Do I have any? I don't have any hand flares. Okay. I don't have any magnesium hand flares, so that's not really going to be an option, but we can shoot this to get rid of him. Frankly, we can fight off a wolf right now anyways if we get jumped on. I'm not really going to be that concerned about it. I want to get to this side of him so that when I fire this, he runs in a different direction. I don't want him to follow me when I do this. I want to be able to make a straight line so that he can't follow any further. Yeah, that'll work right there. I think I'm going to have to get down this bank, though. So we'll watch out for him for just a minute. He may still follow us from where he's at over there. Is this where I came from right here? I don't know. But yeah, the game needed more intermediaries. So what I'm talking about here is that you need sub-objectives that give you something to do on your way to the main objective. And so, for example, on the quest to fix the gun, if they had sprinkled something in, like midway, like I actually would have had them give you the quest to go to get the gun fixed, and then also go to the dam at the same time. So that way you go to the dam, there's like a little intermediary thing you can do right there. Then you go all the way out to here, which is still like a 15-minute walk, but you had something in the middle that you were able to do that was storyline relevant that doesn't make you feel like you're just spending all of your time walking. So that's what I'm talking about. Is that's probably one of the major changes I would have made to Wintermute, is that just put things in the middle so it doesn't feel like the player is spending huge amounts of time walking in one direction. But other than that, I've been enjoying the process pretty well. I think you've all been enjoying it too. Oh, did I take a wrong turn over here? Damn, I hope I don't have to walk back around. I may risk breaking my ankle just to walk down this slope and get down faster. I don't know. Let's have a look at what happens over here. I'm trying to keep my energy levels good. I also don't know what our water supply is looking like. Oh, good. It didn't actually screw me over like that. I'm happy about that. I will give you periodic updates as I make my way back to Jeremiah. Thank you for joining me for another episode. This has been a really fun series for me, and one that I've been looking forward to recording every single day. So having an audience that wants to come in and watch it makes it much, much more fun. But we do have a really good walk in front of us. So I'm going to do my best to edit that out, and I will see you all on the other side. Little way into our march right now. We're going down the train tracks at the moment. There's a deer over here who's just taunting me. He's just like, you know you want to shoot me. Go ahead and try. I'm actually using him as a decoy for wolves right now. Hopefully wolves take care of him. I'm about to go up and over the roadblock on this side. drop down the other end. Man, that is a tempting shot right there, but I'm going to leave him alone for right now. We can't carry the weight. That's the reason why I'm not going to shoot him, is we're sitting at 36 kilograms. And if we have, like, 4 more kilograms, essentially we're not going to be able to walk for shit. And since I know that we've got at least 20 minutes of walking in front of us, I really don't want to do that at an uber slow velocity. It is something that I would very much prefer to avoid. Coming down the backside right here, what we want to do is while we have high altitude, I would take a look and just kind of make note of any wolves around. Ooh, that one almost cost us. That was a longer drop than I normally like to risk in-game. Just because you sprain your ankle at a time like this, and it means we're going to have to take a night off. And I'm really actually trying to make it all the way to the hunting lodge by nightfall. If we catch another aurora right now, I'm almost positive we don't want to spend the night outside. And that's something that's got me a little bit worried. But we're almost at the muskeg. Hopefully our walk across the muskeg goes okay. One of the reasons why wolves are so difficult to deal with in the muskeg is because breaking line of sight is one of the strongest tools you have when it comes to getting rid of wolves. If you can break line of sight and then break line of sight again and then break line of sight like a third time, they can't track you too much further. Like, the wolves will get confused. They'll lose sight of you and they'll lose smell of you. If you can't break line of sight on a flat map like the muskeg, it means every wolf becomes a conflict. Like, you just have to deal with it. You either have to shoot them, you have to knife them, or you have to flare them. You really have no choice there. It's one of those 3 things is going to happen. If you catch them in the muskeg, just because they're hard to get away from. It's one of the reasons why the muskeg is my least favorite zone to start out in survival mode on stalkers, because wolves are pretty difficult to manage in the muskeg just due to the fact that there's nothing to break line of sight with. So the big conflict you're going to come across with the forlorn muskeg is that you've got to decide whether you want to stick to the tracks or not. If you stick to the tracks, this area is actually really easy to navigate. If you decide to deviate from the tracks, at least keep them within line of sight. Like, if you can see the tracks, you're probably good for navigating. Over that way, if you follow the right-hand side of the map, there's like a little workshop over there. There's a forge. So if you're in this area, you don't actually have to walk out to Desolation Point anymore to get access to a forge and a boiler. There's one right over there, too. If you can see that tree line off in the distance, you follow that off that way, and there's going to be a little shed out there that has a ton of wood inside of it. And then there's also going to be a coal furnace that you can make arrowheads and stuff in. I haven't actually gone out that way ever. Normally I go out to there, and that's one of the few points of interest that I've found. If you go left that way, there's a couple of deer blinds and stuff like that. But I don't know if I'm about to spend the night outside. I kind of want to pick up the wood, but at the same time, we got to eat some food. Let's see if we can get some kind of... Ooh, we don't have a lot of food left either. This is not a good look for us right now. I'm thinking we're going to have to hunt in order to make this work. That's just stale, so hopefully we don't get sick from it. That's also stale, but you got to do what you got to do. I don't think granola goes bad, though. That's kind of weird. That'll fill us up a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We don't have a lot of food left, so I do think we are going to have to, like, shoot something along the way and kind of reinforce our supplies with a little bit of hunting fodder, but up until it happens, we'll kind of keep an eye out for it. Oh, there's a bear. Well, that's not good. That means I'm going to have to get off the tracks. Definitely not trying to play around with a bear right now. I'm also not trying to take a bath at the moment, but this is going to make our trip take quite a bit longer. Now, we additionally might have some issues. I think I'm going to harvest that deer right there on the way back. We need the food. I think we need the caloric intake. If we could find some cattails, that'd also work for me. If we could find some limbs around, I'd love to chop those for fir wood too. I'm not really comfortable with camping near a bear, and if we pick up this meat over here, the bear's going to sniff the air and he's going to come after us. That also worries me. I think the bear's seen us already. Yeah, he's seen us. He's coming over here. Luckily, bears are kind of lazy and they move sort of slow, so you should be able to outrun them. Like, they don't charge like wolves do, but you will want to be careful about tempting bears. Walking around the outside, be very careful with the water in this zone. A lot of thin ice. So if you see like an expanse like that it's like tempting you to go after that deer blind, don't do it. Don't fall for it. I've fallen for it once or twice, and it'll get you into trouble. You'll fall into the water, and then you'll be frozen and cold and all that kind of shit. And you just don't really want that to be your day in the wilderness. We've got some cattail stalks over here. I will probably, I don't know, probably try to expand my portfolio a little bit with some cattail stalks. A little bit of extra 150 calories, never killed anybody. And in fact, having 700, 800 calories of cattail stalks has saved me on several occasions. from starvation, so I tend to treat them as a desperation food, like grits. You don't eat it because you want to. You eat it because you got nothing else. I mean, that's the way that I view grits. I just don't know, like, you had to boil this a lot to get it to where it is. Normally having to boil something this amount means that, like, it's probably not meant to be eaten. Desperation foods, you know? Oh, that bear's headed straight for us. I'd feel a lot better about this if... I do not like having a bear on our trail. I don't like this for a second. Let's get moving. I don't want to waste a bullet on him, but at the same time, having him, like, hot on our trail right now and just kind of shadowing us, I don't like it. It puts a time limit on my activities, and it means that if we run out of energy... Oof, this could end badly. We seem to have lost the bear, which is really, really good for us. I did not want to deal with a bear right now. Bears, they cause catastrophic damage to your character. Like, don't think I'm being facetious right there. I'm not exaggerating. Like, a bear can really mess up your day. I think that's thin ice right there. Is it? Oh, it's not. Good. Fantastic. There's a wolf on the road right there eating a deer. And the number one priority for right now, since we don't know when we're going to get more bullets, is to conserve rounds. I don't care if I have to use flares. I don't care if I have to use the flare gun. We just don't want to fire our gun if we can help it. Back in Mystery Lake. It was a bit of a long walk. We ducked a lot of wolves, but I managed not to fire a single shot or a single flare shell. In addition, I managed to get us about 20 cattail stalks, which is going to give us roughly 2,500 calories, which is enough to last for about a day and a half to 2 days. Just eating solely cattail stalks on top of the other stuff that we have for right now. We are well on our way back to Jeremiah. We did make it by nightfall, just like I had hoped we would make it. So just a few more hill crests to go, and we should be solid. Just a few more hogbacks, and we'll be there. Back at Jeremiah's house, we finally made it. Took us a little bit of walking, took us a little bit of effort. Took about, actually I timed it, it took 25 minutes to walk in between the two locations. Got my timer up right now for my episode length. And it was a bit of an adventure. Let's see what he's got to say.
Well, you look like hell, Mackenzie.
Thanks. I love what you've done with the place.
Ha! I see you're an interior design critic now. You fixed my rifle?
Yep. Found one of my own, too.
Damn, not bad for a pilot. You're full of surprises. Maybe you can make it after all.
Now what? I really need to get going. My friend is out there, and with all this wildlife on the loose...
Whoa. Slow down. A rifle will get you out of a jam, but survival's about what you know. And right now, you don't know shit.
What do you suggest? Books on tape?
Smartass. No. What I suggest is Jeremiah's Survival School. Student population 1. Let's see if we can keep you alive long enough to graduate.
Alright, so let's see what's going on. Let's talk survival skills. What do you want to tackle? Well, let's go hunting. So he says you want to spot the target, get close, take a shot, and don't miss. Yep, a few years of practice will help. There's a clearing a few hilltops from here. I'll mark it on your map. There's almost always a herd of deer that winter there. Shoot one, bring the meat back here, and I'll know you can feed yourself in the wild. Alright, remember if you hit one and you don't kill it, you gotta track it till it drops. Look for blood in the snow and follow its trail. It'll fall eventually, then we both eat. Good luck. Nope, not ready yet, because I need to sleep. We actually have no energy left right now. Oh, it's the next morning. Oh, that's unfortunate. It actually advanced time, it skipped a day, but didn't give us any energy back. That's a bit more troublesome. Okay. Well, that leaves us in kind of an unenviable position right now, and I don't know exactly how I want to tackle this, but with 5 cloth left, my estimate would be that we should probably... I got bit by a wolf, so repairing our clothing is probably a good call. It did say that I got torn clothing. I went ahead and I took care of the after effects just so we wouldn't have to worry about that stuff. That's at 99% now. What else got tore up? So sweater's okay. Our hat got messed up pretty badly. Pants and everything else are looking alright. Boots could probably use a little bit of loving. Do I have the stuff to repair boots? Oh, I do. Fantastic. I have the things to repair some boots. That makes me happy. So let's fix some boots. There it is. Boots are all taken care of. can't fix no gloves right now, and so it looks like the last thing we've actually got to fix is our beanie, our toque, our Canadian Pride hat. So there it is. Canadian Pride is restored. Hooray. I'm just trying to keep our character as warm as possible because it sounds like it's going to be kind of nasty outside is what it sounds like to me. I don't know if you can hear that wind, but that sounds like the kind of wind that you really don't want to go head-to-head with. There it is. All right, so the next thing we need to do is we need to eat some food. I'm going to eat cattail stalks because it's what we've got. I mean, it's going to take a little while to get it done, to get a full stomach meter off some cattails. But hey, yeah, I was correct. It pretty much took us all of our cattails to get up to the top of our, to the tippy tops of our hunger meter. And for right now, we'll drink some water. So there's two options right now. It's tempting to go through and possibly... Oh, I was carrying 2 rifles, too. How's my weight now? 35? We're just too tired. We can't go out right now. I was going to say, I've got 5 things of coffee. I could boil off a shit ton of coffee and just see if that'll carry us through this. I'm going to drop the ropes right here just in case, just to get that weight off of our backs and make our life a little bit easier. And then I'll probably actually clean the rifle for the remainder of the day. Cleaning the rifle is going to be a pretty good choice. It's going to give a 6% improvement by cleaning it and taking care of it. So we'll clean it, we'll take care of it. I'm just trying to get to nighttime so that I can sleep through the night. Maybe I'll boil off some more water while we wait or something like that. Make some tea, do something, because we just can't go out right now unless we've got better... It sucks that it skipped the day, but it didn't restore your energy. That's the part that I'm finding to be a little bit of a bummer right now. Go ahead and get this all nice and cleaned up. Cleaning skill goes up to 35. How fixed up is the gun right now? It's getting like 6% every time we do this, and it was at 50, so that's got to be putting us pretty close to maximum condition. With the gun, you want to be careful. The lower the condition is, the better the chance that it'll fire like a musket, and the bullet will just be like zip, like off to the side, and it'll curve and stuff like that, which can make for all kinds of strange frustration. So, if you don't want to put up with that, I would suggest you always keep your rifle at 100%. It's the safest way to do this. Essentially, I'm just going to go through and do... I've already got maximum fuel right there. God, I'm trying to figure out like what else I can drop around here, but honestly, it's just going to come down to we're carrying so many tools and whatnot with us right now. Do I have any whetstones? I do have a whetstone, so I can sharpen our tools too. That's an option. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to sharpen an axe. I don't know how I feel about like resting here while an old man is just like sitting there staring at me while I sleep. I don't know. He's got like a little bit of a psycho dwarf quality to him that worries me. It's still the middle of the night, and our energy levels are not completely and totally maxed out. But we got to go hunt some deer today. We got no choice. It's going to be deer hunting day. It's either that or we starve, one or the other, because we don't have a whole lot of food left. Let's go ahead and sleep for the last couple remaining hours of night, and then we'll take a look at it in the morning and see what our prospects are looking like. I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say our prospects are probably not going to be good, but we'll try it. So it is just barely morning right now. I'm going to leave the bedroll back here because I don't think we're going to need it. Just keep weight off of us. We've only got 9 bullets, so we're going to want to do this very carefully if we can. If we can land the shot and kill the damn thing. If you can get it on the neck or the head, I think it kills it in this game. Pretty sure anyways. It's not that cold outside, so we've got time to play around with. The hunting lodge, so he said north of here. So that means we're going to go out kind of this way. Out towards the unnamed pond. So let's get moving. We should be moving pretty quickly. I got rid of a whole bunch of our gear, whetstones, stuff like that. It's all laying on the floor in there. I've got a sapling curing. So I think we'll want to go this way. I think. Looks like north to me. So if I go that way, that's going to be east. So yeah, this is north. Oh, goody. We got that fun weather right when we didn't want it. That's always a good thing. Probably shot down to like minus 30 something would be my guess. Is that how cold it is right now? How cold is it right now? It's minus 12. That's pretty bad, especially considering the fact that we have some tippy-top gear at the moment. This is bad hunting weather because we have low visibility. If I shoot a deer out here, we're going to lose sight of it pretty easily if it doesn't go down on the first shot. Luckily, I know how to make it go down on the first shot, so we'll take what we can get out here. I'm going to get some sticks. Just in case I need to build myself like a little fire just for a minute, just for like an hour to get us back up and running. Won't be the warmest fire, but it'll be a fire nonetheless. We do have some logs and things over here too, so if the warmth issue gets too far out of hand, we should be alright. This is exactly what I was hoping against though. This kind of sucks. I was hoping we'd be able to hunt with like reasonable weather. Instead we're like zero visibility hunting right now. Might be able to wait out the storm. pass some time next to a fire if we really need to, especially if I can get some wind blocking. How long is this going to take? 45 minutes? Go ahead and do it. Yep, hypothermia risk right now. We'll be okay. We got 3 fir wood. Let's get behind a tree so that we have the warmth bonus there. And we are going to make ourselves a little fire right here.
I'm going to have to leave something
I have
behind.
accelerant. That's great. We got like 4 of that. I'm going to use the regular matches. That'll give us 100% right there. We'll sit that down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for this storm to piss off. This storm is not ingratiating me to it. Let's add in all the fuel we can right now. It's going to go down double speed just because it's windy right now. I don't think that the fire is affected by wind blocking. Let's give it a couple hours. It looks like it's not going to be gentle. It still hasn't gone away. We're just going to have to ride this one out. Maybe I'll make a little bit of coffee or something like that to get our... Make some coffee to get our... There we go. Cook up some coffee for a little bit while I wait for this to go away. Well, after waiting for like 3 hours, it does not appear to be generous at the moment. I'm going to chop down another fir limb. We got to outwait this storm low. Like, if we don't, I can't hunt in this weather. The visibility's just too low. We got to wait for this to get a little bit better. I'm going to hide inside of here, add a little bit more fuel to the fire, and then we're just going to wait it out for a little bit. That's all we can do. If this doesn't, like, go away in the next couple hours, we really don't have much of an option. There we go. All right, we're good. We've got a couple of hours left to play with. Not a lot of hours, mind you, but enough. And now we've got the warmth bonus to make this happen. So do we have an indicator for where he was pointing us at in the north? How far to the north are we looking at right now? So the destroyed lookout is right there. I mean, this could be any distance to the north. Like, that's really kind of the upsetting feature of this whole thing, is that we could be going way out here for, like, no reason. I don't know. We'll keep an eye out. I got to keep enough daylight. I didn't bring my bedroll with me, so I figured this would be a quick excursion in and out after the last walk fest we had. But it's looking like we may have some trouble actually finding these things out here. And I can't sleep without a bedroll. I was trying to get our weight down low so that we could move fast, and it just did not go that way. Unfortunately, we can't survive another night at the trapper's cabin either without finding some food. So we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place right now as far as survival's concerned. There's a rabbit right there. I don't know if that warrants wasting a bullet on. If I could ding him with a rock, that'd be great, but I don't see any rocks around. I don't suppose I have one on me. No. No rocks, unfortunately. Hoping we had them, but we don't. Over here, this might be a good place for cattail stalks, though. Yeah, that might work. Let's give cattail stalks a little look-see over here. There's also some rocks around. Should we come across a few more bunnies? And so I'm not going to turn that down either. Let me grab 3 or 4 stones out of here. And I'll do what I can to hunt some rabbits when we get the opportunity. We need food. More than anything else, we just need some food. I don't see any... Oh, there's an edible one right there. Yep, 150 calories is 150 calories. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, which apparently has something to do with their teeth. They're saying that, like, if you get a free horse, don't look for problems in its teeth or something like that. I don't know. I am not a horse master. I do not know. I'm not a member of the Rohirrim, so, you know, those things don't mean a whole lot to me. Got a rock right here. If I can peg this little bastard. Ah, shit. Ah. What? How is that not a hit? Oh, that looked just like a hit to me. Can I just grab him? I'm faster than him. Can I just pick him up? That one looked like, that rock looked like it went right through him. I'm a little upset about that. I'm a little salty right now. The PJ salt is real. That one bounced right off of him. What the shit? Dude, we found like the Superman of rabbits. That rabbit doesn't give a damn. He was like, yeah, sure, hit me with a rock. I don't care. Been working on these abs, bro. Then going to core day. Bunny core day. Ah, I've already been through there. But it looks like I left something in here. Some jeans. Okay. Not important. Damn it, with the weather again. With the weather again. We're getting like little tiny gaps under which we're actually able to accomplish something. And it is not a good feeling. Apparently they don't want me to be a bunny assassin today either. Because I tried my hardest. That rock bounced off of the rabbit and did not count. Please don't break, ice. Please don't break. There we go. Don't get you. Bong, 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 bong. Oh, there's a wolf over there. That's not good. let's stay trucking for right now. If I can lose him on line of sight, we'll probably bed down inside one of these cabins over here. If we can. There he is. So break their line of sight like that and walk backwards. And once you've got a couple trees in between you, he should lose interest. At least that's been my experience. If you're carrying meat, it's a different game, though, so be careful. If you're carrying meat, there's a pretty good chance that he can just smell the meat on you and then get yourself into trouble. Please don't be locked. Oh, thank Christ it wasn't locked. If it was locked, we would have an issue right now. We may have to stay here for the night. I could shoot a wolf. That is an option. I'm hoping we find some food in here. If I can find something to get me through the night, that'd be great, but so far it's not looking very good.
I can make something of this.
Scrap metal and a baseball cap. Damn. Not a single bit of food in here. Not a single bit. Some painkillers, I guess. That works. Lots of books, though. Lots of fire starting materials. Ugh, we're gonna have to wait out that wolf. And so what I think... Oh, there's an MRE down here. There we go. That bought us some pretty serious time right there. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to wait out the wolf here. I'm gonna spend the evening inside this cabin, and I will see you all in the next episode where we will become deer hunters. Proficient deer hunters, and we will murder all of those antlered enemies. I know what they're up to. They're sinister, man. You can't trust a deer for nothing. I'll see you all later. This is the Long Dark Story Mode. I apologize if this episode comes out a little bit short. Trust me, I've been playing for like an hour now, and sometimes it's hard to tell what it's going to edit down into after an hour of playing. I've seen an hour of footage edit down into 15 minutes, and I've seen an hour of footage last 35. You can just never tell, so sorry in advance if this one's short. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for stopping on in, everybody. Hi-do.